I don't need no man.
Oh God, say it again.
I don't need no man.
Say it louder and like you fucking mean it, bitch.
I don't need no man.
That's what I thought. And what are you?
I'm a bad bitch.
That's what I fucking thought.
I need a man. Yep. I need a man. I had to call my daddy today and ask him to help me with some money to pay my bills.
It's always the same thing with these women. When they are young and in their 20s and in their early 30s, they think they are bad bitches because they have money, they have a car, they're paying their bills, when actually some of the simps in their DMs are paying their bills too. But at the end of the day, these women think that they are bad bitches, that they are sitting on top of the world, that nobody is good enough for them. But when shit hits the fan, when the wall hits, they look left, they look right, and none of these men are left. All of these sims have moved on who are looking for these younger girls, and all of those men that were actually there when these women called themselves bad bitches, they have moved on too. So what happens is that these women stay alone, and as the great Kevin Samuels said, they die alone. Now, if you want to learn, don't be like these women. Don't be like these young women, because I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say it. None of the young modern women are special. I don't care how good they look, because at the end of the day, they all look the same. They all wear the same clothes. They even eat the same food. They even share the same energy. So how are you a bad bitch thinking that you're sitting on top of the world, that you can have any man you want, when there are millions and millions of you doing the same thing? All the bad bitches out there, I'm telling you, it's going to be a rude awakening if you don't stop that madness, if you don't stop thinking that you're all of that, if you don't stop thinking that the guy who's working a blue-collar job is not good enough for you. You're going to be looking so sad once you get this lady's age and there's nobody that's going to support you or help you. This lady said she had to call up her father so she can pay her bills. We're not even talking about her car breaking down. She's been in a situation. She's talking about her bills, her monthly bills. So she called her father this month. What is she going to do next month? The sad thing about it is she's probably not going to get married. And if she does get married, that man is not going to help her right away, because the chances of her finding a wealthy man who's willing and able to take care of her at that age is basically zero. Let's just be honest. Let's be real. It doesn't make any sense. So if you don't want to be in a situation like her, you need to know how to act right. But a lot of you don't even know how to talk right. So I don't even expect a lot of you to act right. Another thing that a lot of these modern women nowadays don't like is they're getting married. They're getting married for all the wrong reasons. They are getting married because they want to show their friends, their associates, and social media the ring that they got on their finger. That rock, you know, that big rock that's supposed to shine all day, every day. But then they realize, wait a minute, marriage is not all of that. This man is expecting for us to be intimate on the regular. I don't like that. I don't like that I have to cook food. I don't like that I have to do the laundry. I don't like that I need to take care of the kids all of the time. I thought marriage was easier than that. I don't like the downs. Actually, you have a lot more downs than ups in a marriage. Everybody else who's telling you anything else is lying to you, because this is life. Life and situations get tough sometimes. So, and they feel as though that their man is not giving them enough attention. The man has to work, has to deal with so much bullshit outside of the house, and then he comes back home and he has to deal with your bullshit. So these women, they start having a work husband, they start looking for attention elsewhere, and then they are getting a divorce and wonder why the man is not chasing them. They don't even want men to move on once these women have gotten a divorce. I mean, that's how insane women are nowadays. I don't know where they adapt this attitude. I don't know where they get this mindset from, but why do you expect a man to chase you if you're leaving him?
The court notified me that my final decree of divorce has been approved by the judge. I know that it sucks being alone. I come home and I'm alone. I go everywhere alone. I don't hardly talk to him anymore. I don't blame him. I filed for the divorce. So I'm sure people are wondering, well, you filed. Why are you so upset? Why are you crying? Just because you make a decision that you think is going to end up making things better doesn't mean that you have to give up the fact that you love that person or that you did it because you were trying or whatever. I've never met anybody like him, and I've never loved anybody like him either, but I don't want a divorce. I still am very much in love with my husband.
Do you know that amount of desperation a woman has to feel in order for her to sit in her car and make a video and cry online? Why are women online crying anyway? That's how you know that they are looking for attention. I don't care how much they feel like there are other women out there who are going through the same struggle because they all made fucked up decision. I don't care about any of that. Excuse my French today, by the way. But these women really are making me want to you know what I mean? So what's her logic? What's the logic behind her saying that she has to go alone everywhere? She comes home and she's alone. I mean, lady, that is what you have signed up for. Isn't that something that you have thought about before you actually made the final decision that you want to get a divorce from your husband? That's another thing that you women really need to get through your thick heads. Before you make the final decision that you want to leave your husband because you don't get enough attention from him, because things don't work out the right way anymore, are you actually able to pay all your bills, take care of the kids, and manage a household? Because when you go from a 2-parent household and now you're a single mother, it's not the same. I'm telling you that. So she's crying over something that she has signed up for, but she loves her husband?
Divorced. I thought I'd be happier, except the judge set the child support amount at $326 a month. $326 a month for 2 kids for child support is what he has to pay me. $326 a month because he's not working, because he chooses not to. I was able to cross-examine him, which was fun. And I asked him how many hours a week he spends working or trying to sell houses, because technically he still has a real estate license. So technically he's still a realtor. He said 15 hours a week approximately is how many hours he works per week. Grown man, grown able-bodied man with transportation and no childcare to worry about, says he works 15 hours a week.
Now, what is she mad at? Aren't it usually women who say, my body, my choice? So if a man says it and decides not to work more than 15 hours a week, that's his body, that's his choice. I congratulate him. If he's by himself, if he doesn't have to take care of anybody that's at home, if his wife is not around because she wanted to file for divorce and is actually out the house with the kids, the man wants to sit at home, not work, whatever. Way too many men have to pay child support anyway. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Please don't get me wrong. Of course, you're going to have to pay child support. But how many women are actually there getting pregnant, leaving the relationship, and taking half of what the man has worked for, put his blood, sweat, and tears into everything, and the woman just gets up, leaves, takes the kids, takes the half of what he has? Is that fair? So if a man decides, oh no, I'm just going to work 15 hours a week now because I don't want to pay all that child support. Matter of fact, the majority of the child support doesn't even go towards the child's expenses. I'm assuming that because there are a lot of videos circulating about that too. A lot of women collect child support, they collect help from the government, and only half of it, if these kids are lucky, are going towards the child's needs. The other part may be going to hair, nails, parties, clothing, clubbing. So yeah, his body, his choice, dear lady. It is a fact that majority of women just looking for a partner because of the money aspect. They are going to date a man because they want to be taken care of. But are you really worth for a man to take care of you? Are you worth for him to go out there every single day and do whatever he has to do in order for you to be taken care of when you don't really want to do much in return? You gotta ask yourself that. There are way too many women out there nowadays who are so entitled, who feel as though that the man has to give them the world just because they exist. But the world doesn't work like that, especially not when you're in a relationship. And you know, gentlemen, how you can really tell if a woman is reliable, if she's trustworthy? When she has built your fortune with you, when you have built it together. But not a lot of women are willing to do that nowadays. They don't have any patience. They damn sure don't have any freaking skills. They don't want to wait. They don't want to support. All they do, they just want to suck the money out of you. That's all they want. But now that men are coming to the realization that they're not up for all that bullshit anymore, these women are starting to feel some type of way. Some of them are even starting to look for love elsewhere. But that's not going to fly either. Because all those men from all of those other countries, they are not looking for the modern Western leftover women who are not going to do anything in the household. They're not looking for these women who are not virgins. They're not looking for nobody else's kids. Summing it all up, these modern women, they really need to change their mindset, their attitudes, and especially their actions if they don't want to end up like the lady from the second clip who had to call her father so she can pay her bills. If a woman doesn't know how to act right in certain situations, I'm going to have to say it. She's useless for a man. She's useless for a man. And we live in a society, and matter of fact, all society is like that, that women benefit more from a man's daily activity. I don't care how many times a woman says that she doesn't need a man. You got a nerve. You got a nerve. The couch you're sitting on talking all that smack has been built by a man. The telephone that you are speaking into, disrespecting men on a daily basis, has probably been designed and built by men. What are you even talking about? See, I'm a woman myself, but I have to say that us women, we really do not think before we speak. We do not think before we speak. And it's so sad to see that a lot of grown women are out here giving young women false advice because they don't know how to act. They are in their 40s. They don't know how to act. There are only a few women out there who are actually speaking the truth. But the majority of women out there, they don't like these women. And I wonder why. Because we're uncomfortable to you. I am sorry that some of you really don't want to deal with the truth, but content creators such as myself and many others are trying to speak some sense into your unrealistic world. And you will come to realize that we are doing this out of love. We don't do this out of ignorance. We could be over here talking about a whole bunch of other stuff if we would actually just, condone everything that the majority of these modern Western women do, but we don't. Because we have your best interest in mind. And that bad bitch mentality is just going to drive you into a whole bunch of bad loneliness. But then it's going to be too late. So you need to really stop acting that way. You're not a bad bitch. Sit down and think about what that even means. Get rid of Instagram. Instagram is not going to be there for you when you need a man. Instagram is only going to be there for you when you are laying in bed crying over a man or for a man so you can just post it online. So all of you can just gather up on that one post and talk about how miserable you feel because you don't have a man. But no, y'all still being in denial and you're talking about you don't need a man. Now you got all of these celebrities whom got old talking about Vivica A. Fox, for instance. How old is she? I don't even know. In her mid-50s? Still talking about what a man should have and should not have. This is insane to me. I'm sorry. Just make it make sense. Make it make sense. Because to me, it doesn't make any sense. That's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video because these women are about to drive me insane.